Hello, beautiful people. Thank you so much for tuning in, watching, and listening. This is going to be the mid-January 2023 reading for the zodiac sign of Taurus. As always, my readings are very intuitive, so I'll provide you with any intuitive messages that I receive, as well as the meaning of the tarot cards. I do, however, recommend you check out your sun, moon, and rising just to get a full picture of everything that's going on for you this month. And Taurus, if you haven't done so already, please do subscribe to my YouTube channel. When you subscribe, that helps me greatly and you'll be notified when I post new content. With that being said, let's go ahead and jump in and get started. In column number 1, we're going to take a look at what's wrapping up and coming to a close, so last few weeks or month. Column number 2, we're going to take a general look at the remainder of January. We're also going to do a money column, a love column, and the 5th and final column, we're going to do a message from our future self or spirit guides. We're also going to do 3 yes or no questions, a crystal of the month, and a healing note for you. But let's go ahead and jump in. Oh yeah, really quick, I did go back to, if you've watched my videos for a while, I did go back to an older deck, and then somebody sent me this deck as a thank you, so thank you so much for the cards. So we're going to have an old deck and a new deck in the mix. But let's see, column number 1, what's wrapping up and coming to a close. We have the summary card, I will encourage. So you definitely have been encouraging somebody in the last few weeks or month. I'm just going to say to accomplish something because that's what came to mind. So encouraging something to accomplish something that they need to get done. Let's take a look though and see what other messages we've got here. The first card that we have is the 4 of Swords. The 4 of Swords is a card of needing to rest, retreat, renew, recover. Taurus, I'm not sure if you're feeling this or not, but if you are, please do make sure you get some R&R to get your energies right. It seems like there's been a lot going on, so thinking about getting that rest that you may need, especially because it's just the beginning of the year too. It's too early for us to be feeling too burnt out, so keep that in mind. Luckily though, if you're feeling tired, this is again what's wrapping up and coming to a close, so this energy should be wrapping up and coming to a close as well. Up next we have the Devil card. The Devil card is a card of greed, envy, materialism. There could have been some overspending around the holiday time, some overindulgent, whatever it may be. Just think about getting back on track here too. Again, this is wrapping up and coming to a close. I just feel like something was overdone. And maybe it was just like energy in general because the 4 of Swords saying that we're tired. But the Devil's kind of coming through again as that overdoing. But luckily we get to move on from that, wrap up and close here. And at the bottom we have the Ace of Cups. Anytime we have an Ace card, it's a card of newness. The Ace of Cups is new baby, relationship, proposal, marriage. It does seem like there is some new love, something or other happening here for you. Perhaps you entered into a new relationship, you got engaged, got married, there could be a new grandbaby, there could be a new animal, some new love connection here. Let's go and clarify though and see what other messages we've got going on. The first card that we have is the Death card. I always like to point out that the Death card does not mean death. It does indicate big changes though, and endings, and time to move forward, time to transform. Definitely if we have been in this kind of period of tired, this period of needing to rest and recover, we want to move away from that and transform from that. Granted, I think for some of you this is broader. There is some sort of change, some sort of shift that's coming. The next card that we have is the Page of Wands. The Page of Wands is very active. It's something new, which makes sense because with the Death card, it's like there's an ending coming. So there is something new coming as well. If you haven't felt this yet, just be aware that this energy is coming. So that ending and that new beginning is coming through. This new beginning seems to be really freeing though, and very creative and something that we really enjoy. So I like to see that. And at the bottom here we have the Hermit. The Hermit is about going within for clarity. This light inside the light is the light that's within you, Taurus. And I feel like whatever this new thing is something you're going to be passionate about and enjoy and feel strongly about, which is good to see. So that's kind of why it's coming through as such a significant change. But it's like actually something you want to do, something you enjoy to do. Okay. In our next column, we're going to take a look at anything regarding the remainder of January, so just general next few weeks. We have the card, I feel brave. To make sure that we're courageous and brave going into the next few weeks. Don't feel overwhelmed by anything that pops up. There's nothing you can't tackle that's coming your way here, Taurus. But let's take a look and see what messages we've got. The first card that we have is the Tower card. The Tower card is a card of unwanted change. It kind of feels like upheaval too, because it's like something you weren't necessarily expecting. I always tell people you plan for A, B, C, and D, E, F happens, Taurus. But the Tower card is a course correction card. So it's like the Tower is going to put you in the right situation, in the right place, at the right time. So keep that in mind. So whatever does come up, be really brave, be really bold about it, feel very comfortable with it, even if it's feeling uncomfortable, whatever this change may be. The next card that we have is the Four of Cups. The Four of Cups is a card of family and friends. Definitely make sure you're getting out there, spending time with family and friends. On the original tarot deck card, it is like, looks like a finish line. So there's something that's being completed. This can also be a card of celebration, likely celebration with family and friends. But again, get out there and spend the time with the family and friends. That's the message for the remainder of January, definitely. And at the bottom here, we have the Eight of Wands. The Eight of Wands is very fast-paced. It's speed, action, quick change. This can also be a card of finding out information. This feels pretty connected to the Tower card, so perhaps a change is happening faster than you thought it would, or you're finding out some sort of information that's prompting the change with the Tower card. It could also indicate quick successes though, which I like as well with the Four of Cups pairing there. Okay. Looking at our clarifiers, first up we have the Six of Wands. The Six of Wands is a card of victory, award, recognition, good news, success. I was just telling you the Tower is going to take you wherever you need to go. So this is going to lead to success. This is going to lead to happiness. This is going to lead to the good news, what we were hoping for, what we wanted. So just keep that in mind. Like I said, go very bravely into the Tower card. Feel comfortable even when it feels uncomfortable. Okay, the next card that we have is the Knight of Pentacles. The Knight of Pentacles is a card of being reliable, being patient, being hardworking. I feel like there's something that you've been working at, and now again we're hitting the win. We're getting the success. We're celebrating it now. So hard work paying off here with the Knight of Pentacles. At the bottom we have the Star card. The Star card is a card of renewal, hope, inner clarity. This can even be something that feels like a miracle. It's so significant. So again, there is going to be action, change, news coming in, but everything, like the pieces are going to come together in terms of this change with the Tower card and the Eight of Wands. And again, it's going to be renewal of energy, renewal of hope. There's going to be clarity as to why it worked out the way it did, but we're going to be really happy. Again, this is high spirits. Also with this big star at the top here, this could be being in the spotlight or being recognized, which definitely could tie into that celebration that we're seeing with the Four of Cups. Okay, now let's move on to our next column, which is anything related to money, Taurus. I did get a new deck of cards, so this is like a money tips, trick, advice. In this case, it's an affirmation. It says, I enjoy what I have and I have more than enough. So a good affirmation for you pertaining to money. In this column, we're going to talk about anything related to money though. Job, career, finances, businesses you run, investments you have, whatever you associate with money here, Taurus. First up, we have the Four of Pentacles. The Four of Pentacles is a card of desire for long-term security. This is the want. So there's something we want from our career or from our financial situation that we don't currently have right now. We're going to take a deeper look at this, but again, this is your desires. So this is what we're working towards. This is what we're aiming for here. The next card that we have is the Nine of Swords. The Knight of Swords is a card of anxiety, worry. This could be like keeping you awake at night. I feel like there's like a presentation or a project or an investment or something that you have some angst around. We're going to clarify and see if I can put your mind at ease. If there's something big happening that you're kind of like, just like it's on your mind. At the bottom here, we have the World card. The World card is a card of completing a goal, completing a lesson, just generally speaking, completion. It's like the world has gone full circle. This can also be a card of travel, so some of you could be doing some travel for work. Could even be like local travel, but definitely some movement there. But it does seem like something is wrapping up, something's completing, something's ending, which should mean that we're going to be starting on something new. Let's clarify though and see what other messages we have here. At the top here we have the Six of Swords. The Six of Swords, I know, looks a little gloomy. It's blue-gray. Everyone's facing away from us. Their heads are hanging low and all the swords are stuck into the boat. However, the Six of Swords is all about going through a necessary transition. And what I'm going to tell you here, Taurus, you need to figure out how to get to this. What is your plan? What is the transition plan to get to this desire that you want? So that's my piece of advice in terms of money. We need to get a plan together on how to accomplish or transition to this desire. The Six of Swords is also a card of travel or relocation. We talked about travel already, so definitely some potential for travel this month. The next card that we have is the Seven of Swords. The Seven of Swords is wanting to like run away from a situation. You see this person like gathered up their swords and like, okay, peace out, I'm not going to deal with this. This is causing great anxiety from the point where you just want to get away from it. I do think everything's going to work out fine here, Taurus. Again, it's just stressing you out and you want to get away from it as fast as possible. I don't know that there's much I can do or say that'll put you at ease, but whatever project, whatever meeting, it's going to happen. It's going to go great. So hang in there. Whatever financial decision this is, hang in there. Don't run off quite yet. Just wait it out and it'll come together. And 5 years from now, you'll be thinking, why was I even worried about that? And at the bottom here, we have the World card. If you've watched my readings before, you know I love when this happens, when we have the same card on top of each other. So we have the World on the World. Definitely something's wrapping up and coming to a close. There's a lesson being completed, a goal being completed. Perhaps it's this thing that you're worried about, which would be a great indicator. Like I said, it's gonna wrap up, it's gonna close, it's gonna be completed. So no dragging on and continuing the anxiety and stress there. With the World card though, again, definitely travel. So quite a few cards saying travel, travel, travel. Okay, in the next column, we're going to talk about anything related to love, Taurus. Similarly, I do have a deck that's going to give us a quick love message to start things off here. I really like the image on this card. Just figured I'd show that to you really quick. But anyways, your card says, you may not always understand why certain things happen. However, there's always a higher purpose to the events in your life. Through turmoil, a blessing will be reviewed. Okay, let's take a look though and see what messages we have for our love column. This is anything you associate with love: family, friends, relationship, children, marriage. Again, whatever you think of when you think of love here, Taurus. First, we have the Hierophant. The Hierophant is a card of being very traditional, being very conventional. It's a card of expectations. I like this because I feel like, oh, I don't want to say it like that. For those of you in a relationship, it's like the relationship is following the path that you would hope it would. I was going to call it traditional, and then I decided I didn't like the way that that sounded. But it's kind of following the path that's meant to be following. Same thing though if you are single, it's kind of following the path that you want it to be following. There's a lot of contentment, it's meeting expectations. It feels good. The next card that we have is the Lovers card. We always like to see the Lovers card in the love column. Again, if you're in a relationship, this is a great card for you. If you are looking for a relationship, this is a great card for you. If you are single and enjoying being single, then make this a focus for self-love this month. But with the Lovers card, this is a card of partnership, a card of deep love, a card of strength together. So all around, one of those cards we'd like to see in the love column. At the bottom here, we have the Ace of Wands. Anytime we have an Ace card, it's a card of newness. With the case of Ace of Wands, this is typically a new project, new inspiration, new urge to create. Some of you definitely are entering into a new relationship, and that's what this Ace is. For those of you in a relationship, though, think about creating something new. And let me think about what I want to add to that. So, like, create a new habit. Maybe you're expanding a family too, like maybe you're growing your family. Maybe you are buying a new house together. Again, you're creating something new together. If you're single, you might also kind of find an urge to create something with somebody. This could also be a friendship. Again, they're just creating something new in the love aspect here. Let's take a look at our clarifiers though and see what other messages we've got. The first card that we have is the Knight of Wands. The Knight of Wands is a card of being very creative. Again, I feel like this is going to tie what we were just talking about of creating that something new. We need something new in terms of love. Again, this could be the new relationship. This could be a new habit if you're in a relationship. This could be creating a home together, creating a family together. We're just creating something new. If you're single and want to stay single, this is creating a new relationship somewhere else in life. Creation of some sort. The next card that we have is the Judgment card. The Judgment card is a card of clarity. The Judgment card is also a card that's always favorable for you, Taurus. I like to throw that out there. Favorable outcomes to you. With the Judgment card, though, this can also be making a decision. I think it's important to point out, so one of the meanings of the Lovers card is making a decision, and then the Judgment card is also making a decision. So definitely some sort of family love decision happening this month. And at the bottom here, we have the Knight of Swords. If you take a look at this card, both the horse and rider are moving very quickly. And with the Knight of Swords, this is like a fast-paced lifestyle change. So again, that's that Ace, that's that new beginning. And whatever this thing is you're creating, it's happening pretty quickly here, Taurus. Okay, now let's take a look at our fifth and final column, which is a message from our future self or spirit guide, something to carry into the month of January. We have the card, I Will Inspire. This is interesting. That really made me think back to that I will encourage, I will inspire. So it's almost like going from encouraging to leading the way with inspiring. But let's see what messages. Also look for inspiration. That's an interesting message, but as soon as I put that card down, that's what came to mind. So make sure you're looking for inspiration. Anyways, let's see what messages we have here, Taurus. The first card that we have is the Page of Swords. The Page of Swords is very curious. Again, we need to look for inspiration. We need to look for something that like ignites a spark in us. So be thinking about this. This is also a card of like gossip or drama though. If that's the case, steer clear. That's always my advice when that happens. This could also be a card of finding out truth. So there could be some information coming your way this month. The next card that we have is the Death card. The Death card does not mean death. I always like to call that out. We talked about that earlier. But this is a card of transformation. It's changes. There's no doubt there's some sort of change. Again, we're taking on something new that we're really passionate about. Interesting I said that because when we look back to this first column, it's like this new beginning and it's something you feel good about. And now on this side, it's like this new beginning, something that we feel passionate about. Again, look for something that inspires you. Be inspired here, Taurus. At the bottom, we have the Eight of Pentacles. This is a card of enjoying what you're doing. Again, whatever this new beginning is, this transformation, it needs to be something that inspires you, something that makes you happy, something that you enjoy doing. It's kind of funny, you have like the same messages echoing on these corners here. Let's clarify though and see what other messages I can give you. Another very similar card here, Ace of Pentacles at the top. Anytime we have an Ace card, it's a card of newness. So taking on this new thing, find inspiration in this new thing. You kind of have to avoid the chatter around it too. There could be some like naysayers, but don't listen to the naysayers. That just came up with the Page of Swords. But anyways, with the Ace of Pentacles, this is new job, raise, promotion, investment, income. I do feel like we can be making money off something that we enjoy. This new beginning could also be leading to some money, so keep that in mind. Perhaps a job switch or like something on the side. The next card that we have is the Hierophant. The Hierophant is very traditional, very conventional, a card of expectations. I really do think this new beginning is going to be so much greater than you thought it will be. You will be genuinely inspired and actually enjoying what's happening here. At the bottom, we have the Two of Wands. The Two of Wands is a card of waiting. It's like this is what you've been waiting for. With the Eight of Pentacles, also this... Again, this is like the enjoyment, the fulfillment, the inspiration you've been waiting for. Also, a card of travel. I feel like we hit on travel a lot, so definitely potential for some travel here, Taurus. Okay, at this time, I'm going to give you the opportunity to ask 3 yes or no questions. We're going to use the Gypsy Witch fortune telling deck. If you don't have 3 questions in mind, you can pause the video and think of them. Question number 1 is the Jack of Diamonds. This is number 14 card. That's going to be a yes. Question number 2 is the Ace of Hearts. This is the number 11 card. That's going to be a no. And question number 3 is the Ace of Spades. This is number 37 card. That's going to be a no. This 4th one really wanted to come out. So for those of you with the 4th question, Taurus, we have the 8 of Clubs. That's going to be a no. Don't typically give you that bonus card, but it like jumped out. Okay. If you watched our video earlier this month, we did also pull a card from our Healing Stones deck. This is a crystal to keep with you through the month of January. You have aquamarine, which is good for ease. It's really good for your clairs, so if you're working on spiritual or intuitive things, aquamarine is great for you. It gives you drive, it gives you buoyancy, helps handle things with ease. And last but not least, we're going to pull a card from our Healing Notes deck. Your healing note says, yes, you, the one reading this, or in this case listening to this, you are beautiful, talented, amazing, and simply the best at being you, Taurus. Thank you so much for tuning in, watching, and listening. Please do like, comment, subscribe. Let me know how this video resonates with you. Again, subscriptions help me greatly, and you'll be notified when I post new content. I did also include my Venmo in the comments box if you'd like to make a donation. But thank you so much, Taurus, and I hope you have a wonderful rest of your January.